Hello guys, how you doing? Welcome back. So in today's video, we're talking about the Luka Doncic trade. It's literally breaking the internet right now. They can't stop talking about it, so we're gonna dive into that a little bit. It's literally starting conspiracy theories online. First thing I want to address, if you've been part of this channel, as you can see, I fixed my camera for 2 years on YouTube. I've had this stupid border full screen issue. I can't believe nobody's ever talked shit down in the comments about how to fix my camera in OBS, but full screen mode solved this problem. All right, back to the Luka Doncic trade. So I'm gonna kind of break down how this trade, what was in this trade. It's a little confusing. It's a 3-team deal. The Los Angeles Lakers got Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and then Markieff Morris from the Dallas Mavericks. And then the Dallas Mavericks got Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and then a 2029 first-round pick. And then the Utah Jazz got Jalen Hood and a 2025 second-round pick and a 2025 second-round pick via the Clippers. It's a little confusing. I'm not gonna really go into the trade details too much. The LA Lakers traded for Luka, and then they're sending Anthony Davis over with a couple more guys coming from Dallas, and then a first-round pick in 2029. The Lakers pulled off the biggest trade of all time. This has to be hands down the most crazy, obnoxious trade the NBA has ever seen. Luka Doncic is the face of the Dallas Mavericks. He is the franchise player. People are saying that he got traded because his health concerns, and then that he was overweight, and that he was injury prone, but he was drafted at 230 pounds and now he's 270. I don't care if he's 300 pounds. I'm not a basketball fan. I don't really watch a lot of basketball. I know who the teams are. I know who the players are, but I know enough about basketball that you don't trade Luka Doncic. He is such a good player. This makes no sense to me. This is mind-boggling. So to kind of dive into the conspiracy part of this trade, the reason that they traded Luka away, they basically wanted to destroy their own fan base and start struggling as a team. So new ownership had a reason to move the team to Vegas. That's the conspiracy theory in a nutshell. Not going too deep into that either, because there's a lot of other things involved with that. Mark Cuban would have never traded Luka though. So new ownership, Nico Harrison, they trade him away. Nico Harrison's excuse is that he was having coffee with Rob Pelinka, and Rob Pelinka just dropped the idea. And now here we are. And of course, this Nico Harrison guy in the press conference, hey, look, I don't really know anything about Nico Harrison until this Luka trade. Researching him the past couple hours to see what he's about. I guess he worked for Nike for a little bit. He was a big part of Nike. Cool. Well, he's the GM for the Dallas Mavericks, and he approved a trade for Luka Doncic for Anthony. What? Luka is in his prime, and like we want to win championships. You're gonna win championships with Luka. I can't imagine how Dallas Maverick fans are feeling right now. And if you're watching this video and you're a Dallas Mavericks fan, I am sorry. That is just a city of sadness between the Dallas Cowboys and then the Dallas Mavericks. What? This is insane to me. And there's nothing against Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is goated. He is awesome. I love Anthony Davis, but he's not Luka. And you don't get any closer to winning a championship with Anthony Davis than you had with Luka. Already, you had the guy. The most logical thing, if we're putting the conspiracy theories aside, there might be something deeper to this trade, but I think the simple fact of the matter is they just didn't want to pay Luka a max contract. They didn't want to give him a super max. And if I'm new ownership, I get it. That's a lot of money. So it's weird. In Dallas, you got Kyrie Irving, you got Klay Thompson. So yeah, I mean, now you're adding Anthony Davis. You're not winning shit now. You're not going to a finals with Anthony Davis. And like I said, there's nothing against Anthony, but man, this is insane to me. You know, I feel bad for Luka too, because you could tell like the way he's been talking to the media and how he was surprised. Anthony Davis was surprised. This is like this is not how you want to wake up. I'm telling you right now. I'm pretty sure Luka just bought a house in Dallas. He just paid a lot of money for that house. It's like over 14 million or something silly like that. But I mean, he thought he was going to spend his whole career in Dallas, and then just nope, you're to go to LA. Hey, I understand how big of a market LA is, but I would not want to be a professional athlete in California. The way taxes are there, I'd want to play in a tax-free state. I'd want to play in Florida or Texas. Like, that's where it's at. If you make money in that state, the state doesn't take any money out of your check. Being an athlete, your taxes are going to be a little more complicated than that. You get taxed where you play. Let's say you're the Dallas Mavericks and you go play in California. You go play the LA Lakers. You're going to get taxed in LA. These players, they have CPAs that work all this out. They fix their taxes at the end of the year. If the Dallas Mavericks are playing in Texas, they don't get taxed a state income tax when they're playing in their own state. And the same thing with Wyoming, South Dakota, all those other states that I mentioned. You don't get income state taxed in that state. They don't have that there. So like if Dallas goes to Florida and they play the Miami Heat, there's no state income tax there. But in California, which is the highest state income tax in the country, they have the highest at 13.3%. But I would, if I'm an athlete, I don't want to live in LA. I don't want to play in LA. I don't want to pay the taxes. And then obviously all the bullshit happening in LA and California in general, the way that state is run, I would not want to play there. But that's where he got traded to. That's where he's going to play. I have no doubt Luka is going to murder in LA. He's going to, and people are saying, well, now it's Luka's team. Now LeBron's not the big man on campus. I don't think LeBron really cares. He seemed just as surprised. I think it is a little suspicious that he didn't know that this was happening, being that he's been so involved in the process and the decision making with LA since he's been there that he just he didn't know that the Luka trade was going to happen. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't see why he would lie about it, but I also see why he would lie about it. It's kind of a strange deal. I really do think it's something simple. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. I don't think it's anything egregious or nefarious. I don't really think anything weird's going on. I think ownership didn't want to pay him a supermax. Now, why trade him? This is where things get a little confusing for me. At least shop him. Like, see what you can get for, if you're really serious about trading Luka, shop him around. You could have gotten so much more than what you got for him. Dude, Rob Pelinka is a genius. He pulled off the biggest robbery in American history. He was able to get Luka from Dallas. This is like what you would see in a video game. Like, this is something you would see in like 2K. This just doesn't seem real. And I think everybody else feels like that as well. Rob Pelinka is a genius. Nico Harrison is a fucking idiot. But what are you going to do if you're the GM, the owner's like, hey, we want you to trade Luka because we don't want to pay him a supermax. And he's just like, are you sure about that? I mean, Luka's our franchise. He's like our best player. He's like the most loved player in the NBA right now. You want to trade him away? For what? And then ownership's like, we want Anthony Davis. If I'm Nico Harrison, I quit. You're trying to trade. Why? Because you don't want to pay the man? Trust me, I'm where you guys are with this trade. I had to get on here. I had to talk about this. Like I said, I don't think it's anything super crazy. I don't think there's any weird conspiracy. I think they just didn't want to pay him a supermax. There might be some more stuff there. I don't really think there was like this thing that happened between Luka and Nico or ownership. I don't really think that. It doesn't seem like something that's not really in Luka's character, but who knows? Maybe there's more to this. And to be honest with you, maybe we'll never know the truth. But it's definitely something the media has been having a blast with, at least the sports media. Anybody that's a basketball fan, if you're a Dallas Mavericks fan, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it sucks to suck, I guess. It's so bad. Is this such a bad trade? Oh my God. Yeah, man. But I think it's going to work out well. I have no doubt LeBron's going to play well with Luka. LeBron wants to put the ball in somebody else's hands, especially as LeBron gets older. If he wants to take it to the post, he's going to do it. I mean, let's just be honest. So if he wants to be the guy, he can be. That's all I'm saying. But he doesn't have to be. And you got a young guy like Luka coming in. This might be the best thing for the Lakers. This is probably, it's not just Rob Pelinka being a genius, but it's literally setting up the Lakers for the next 10 years. Is so long as Luka doesn't get severely hurt and he doesn't get too big. But I don't think I think it's a non-issue. I think it really doesn't affect his play. And people want to say that calf injury was because come on, guys. I tore my calf twice and I'm 170. I tore my calf twice playing basketball, just shooting around. Part of being an athlete has nothing to do with him being overweight. You look at him, he's not super athletic. He's not like ripped. He doesn't have to be. You see the way he plays basketball. He's one of the best shooters. And if he wants to take it to the rim, he can. I mean, the guy's really good. He can control the floor. He's a really good basketball player is what I'm saying. So I think, I hope he does well. I'm sure he's going to do well in LA. You guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up for me. Talk shit down in the comments. Until the next one, I'm out of here.